Hello, this is Yashasvi Parsai, pursuing BA/BM at Cardiff Metropolitan University Universal Business School, Mumbai. Today I am going to talk about how globalization and internet, social media as a channel of business communication, evolution of business communication in a contemporary society, and a special mention of how English became a lingua franca. What is globalization? We often hear the word globalization in many contexts and repeat it frequently as a concept to denote more trade, foreign companies, and even ongoing economic crisis. Before we launch into full-fledged review of the term and its various manifestations, it is important to consider what exactly we mean when we say globalization. Globalization is a free movement of goods and services and people across the world in seamless and integrated manner. Globalization can be thought to be a result of open-going global economy and concomitant increase in trade between nations. In other words, when countries that were earlier closed to trade and foreign investments open up their economies and go global, the result is an increasing interconnectedness and integration of the economies of the world. Globalization has connected us together and has made the world a lively and fast place to live. People are connected with one another through mobiles, and televisions keeps us updating us what's happening all around the globe. We are aware of various MNCs, and the most recognizable brands have gained recognition through globalization. For an example, Subway today has maximum number of franchisees when it comes to fast food. There are marketing strategies done by the Subway worldwide. As a brand, Subway is endorsed through various models of communication. As an enhance, this process has given birth to various startups and has further helped the online brands cater its customers effectively and efficiently. Dating from early origins of 1980s, digital technology has massively grown and has changed the outlook towards the way we perceive things in our life. For example, Steve Jobs' invention of Macintosh made the world strive for an even enhanced technology, and thus iPhone and MacBook laptops came into the picture very late. The world is still growing in need of globalization, domesticated product, and hence MNCs are fulfilling needs and wants of customers constantly. There are some importance of globalization, like doing business in different countries can help a business grow, overcoming trade challenges, international business communication of growth, even communicating with customers online. How internet has played a great role in globalization. Internet has changed how business around the world communicate, hire employees, conduct foreign trades, market their products, perform research, and manage global supply chain. It has particularly opened up opportunities for business of all sizes to expand the reach of their products and services, choose the best supply from around the globe, and take advantages of advanced manufacturing solutions. Without technology, globalization would probably not be a topic for discussion. In particular, communication technology, in which the internet plays a major role, has revolutionized how people work, expand the global knowledge base, and provide a variety of ways of bringing people and culture closer together. The internet provides a platform where companies that are thousands of miles apart can communicate and share information. On a social and cultural level, the internet provides access to the same music whether you are in Beijing, Boston, or Belgium, no matter what. And people can make new friends all around with the help of social networking sites. The internet has helped globalization elevate new levels and has further helped online brands. As a result of shopping, brands and IT firms have benefited. The most majority of has become a trend-setting fashion as startups are emerging every day. Social media as a channel of business communication. For example, Mark Zuckerberg, founder of the most popular social media website, sharing in his Facebook profile the need to keep working on connecting the world. But social network not only bring people closer in spite borders and ocean in between, but also companies all around the globe that can of any size that can take advantages that social network offers to reach out to customers and interact with them on a very low budget. Moreover, social networks also help you to get to know the target audience better and facilitate better communication and engagement. The story is well known. Facebook was launched by a Harvard student from his room. When his platform started gaining users, they realized that the server were getting expensive and they will be needing some more funds. And that's how advertising got into the worldwide used social media. I'm sure you have already noticed that every time you open your Facebook account, you are the target of dozens of advertisements that are personalized according to your hobbies and passion. As you might have thought, they have been made and designed specially for you. Nevertheless, social networking have led to another type of advertisements that goes beyond the simple facts and persuading the action of purchasing. It helps companies build and reinforce relationships, getting back from customers not only feedback but also ideas and suggestions to improve the communication strategy. Companies have witnessed the benefit of reaching their target audience, interacting with them, and creating a community where communication is fluid, engagement in real time, and work both ways through social media, enabling a dialogue between organization and consumer. They are able to leave their feedbacks and comments on the organizational posts, influence enormously and effectively of the message. On the other hand, this makes it difficult to forecast how the audience will reach. They have the power to respond and interact with the ads or with the company, or simply ignore it. Companies expect their customers to interact and participate in their communication processes, making it more effectively. Moreover, how customers feel and think towards the organization will influence its public perception, which is in the end would determine the success or the failure of any type of company. On the other hand, organizations that exist in the market exist if they are on Facebook or any other social media. And just because of it, corporate communication will never be the same again. Emojis, videos, quiz, surveys, etc. are now part of corporate interaction with their customers. Audience is now asking to complete the communication process with their participation and engagement. Furthermore, the consumer's feedback and opinions towards the organization become really valuable. Evolution of business communication in a contemporary society. Face-to-face meeting, telephones, calls, intercom system, and memos. Early business communication was at time 10 years and the message didn't always reach its intended recipient in timely manner, always. Over time, communication method become more refined, and now with the click of a mouse or a quick finger swipe on your smartphone, anyone can send a message to numerous recipients at once. When the internet made its debut, there was scripts. Some said it wouldn't last, but internet has only grown and flourished and made our lives so much easier. Mainly because it introduced us to emails. Now the managers could write an email and send it to multiple employees at all once, and they would receive it almost immediately. It was a real game changer in the business. Still, the employees who were in the field were left to reply on cell phones and would have to wait until they returned to the office and check their emails. Smartphones changed the way employees and employers communicate. Suddenly, everyone, a person who would need for communication, text, email, instant messaging apps, you name it, was right in the palms of their hand. It all started way back at the time when early men used to convey their messages through written text and documents with symbols. Later, Chappie system came into existence, and those used to be the only source of written communication among people. The first telegram was invented in 1837, and the telephone changed the course of history when it was invented in 1876 by Mr. Alexander Graham Bell. Written and sound communication was replaced by digital technology when the television was invented in 1920s. Television gave birth to mobile phones, and technology kept on upgrading, hence more advanced and digital unbeatable. The digital era was revolutionized by the introduction of World Wide Web and internet touched and connected various lives across the globe. Now we'll talk about the importance of effective business communication. Communication is transfer of thoughts, ideas, opinions and value amongst various parties, so a message is conveyed to one another. Communication takes place in one day-to-day lives and has made human existence important in both social and professional context. General communication is the form of communication in personal sphere, which is amongst friends and acquaintances. It helps in shaping the personality and the attitude of an individual and thus makes interaction sounds and significant. Business communication is the form of communication which takes place in corporate institutes and educational institutes. Here, the form of communication is formal and managers and employees address the organizational structure. Alongside projects and technical skills of an employee, effects communication plays a vital role in shaping the personality of the attitude and helps the organization boost its sales, build a better brand image and thus bring a positive image for the both of them. For example, in business communication, teacher-student conversation, a lecture or a seminar of an educational institute, TEDx speakers giving talks on business startups and management, managers, employees conversation in regards with nature of the task or job profile or any kind of job interviews. Now we'll talk about global English, why it is a lingua franca. It is widely known fact that English is used as the language of business communication. Therefore, it is essential tool of communication in multiple settings. However, to what extent English is used accurately for effective communication and the extent of which accuracy can actually fall behind communication is a problem that most non-native speakers in the business world faces. Lingua franca use communications with each other as non-native speakers and with native speakers face challenges and are entangled in the dilemma of effective communication at the expense of accuracy versus effective language use at the expensive and effective communication. Having to develop strategies to write correspondence and report, attending business meetings, deliver formal business presentations, gaining knowledge of current issues, negotiating, develop intercultural communicational skills and become more independent operations in the global business environment. Business people encounter some obstacles that hinder effective communication. These problems will be analyzed and strategies to overcome with the struggle. Ways of foster success business communication between non-native speakers and native speakers as well as communication between non-native speakers and non-native speakers create an awareness to target problems. For example, adopting a common mode of speech isn't just a good idea, it's a must. Even for an American company with operations overseas, for instance, a French company focuses on domestic customers. Imagine that a group of salespersons from a company of Paris headquarters gets together for a meeting. Why would you care whether they all could speak English? Now consider that the same group goes on a sales call to a company also based in Paris, not realizing that the potential customer would bring an employee from other location who didn't speak French. This happened once in a company. Sitting together in Paris, employees of those two French companies couldn't close a deal just because people in the room couldn't communicate. It was a shocking wake-up call and the company soon adapted an English corporate language strategy. In the end, I would just like to conclude that I would like to string all the elements we discussed in this video. We talked about how globalization changed business drastically and how the internet shaped the way for this. Along that line, social media is being leveraged by organizations to communicate faster and better with their customers throughout the globe. The global consumer community and marketplace is being unified by one singular language which has rightfully gained its position as the lingua franca.